puppy became gold and bold the day it gave birth to poetry. Then, poetry gained grandsons and daughters who are poets. Poets who then decided to meet a match using the trade of words for poetry lovers. Angubingelele ngiphindze ngikwemukele mbukeli weluhlelo Tandla Nenkhondlo lokubingelelako nguFortunate Mabuza. Namuhla elihlelweni sidabe sibuka i-First Friday of Poetry and Soul Session lebanjalo ngabo lwesihlanu bekucala enyangeni endibanweni at the National Library eMbabane. Bosonkondlo lebe bakhona bafaka ekhathi More Cats, Cipho, Courtesy, The Silent Writer nalabanye labaningi. Asesibone ukuthi basiphatheleni.
And so, we begin to see why in the world we are here in the world. Because it needs the rebels, the fighters, the champions of change. It needs the leaders and uniters. Our world needs the brave. Those who bring hope into the places where hope is fading, where injustice is parading in the streets. We need those who will perform miraculous feats due to the dauntless and potent belief that hope can crack, attack, and counteract the most voracious kinds of grief. We need eyes that will see the unseen and hands that will touch the unclean. We need the rebels, the fighters, the champions of change. We need the leaders and uniters. We call on you, the brave. But what can you, just one person, really do? One can change the full range of where he or she stands. One can shake with ripples and shock waves that reverberate with change, seismic and long range if you will just choose to be brave. You can rise above the apathies and raise up the capacities of another and then others. Because there's more in store if we will work as one. Together, we are better. We are stronger than just one. When we entered this world aspiring to matter, our assignment became to scatter the darkness that holds us so tight in the patterns of fear. So before we say our long goodnight, let's leave a mark. Let's ignite a spark. So we call on the rebels, the fighters, the champions of change. Come, be the leaders and the uniters. We call on you, the brave.
Legend has it. Legend lays in the land of language. Legend lasted and left a tale of untainted talent. Legend practiced the sacred ways of the ancient clerics. Legend managed to break the chains and evade the casket. Weightless he elevated, ascended and levitated, transcended and penetrated the spaces not navigated, led and emancipated the captives or captain slave ships, the masses then validated. The man is a man of greatness. Legend is now evasive, world is just far invasive. Legend is what his name is, while is nameless, but is famous. Legend is but a mother, legends without a mother. Legends above the others, what he utters, others stutter. Legend knows what they want him gone, knows that he'll die alone, knows he's a god in song. So, legend embodies the zeitgeist. They holler hallelujah, but he can tell they are not Christ. Praising saints, but they guide lies. Draped in shame, knights of Klondike. Fan the flames, sell themselves, men that rather just die twice. So legend mourns their death and haunts the breath of all that left. Legend knows the path and don't forget he holds the facts. He hovers over these waters, trying to find where his ghost is. Conscience ties in the soulless, such a marvel I noticed. But when he touches emotions and his heart is in motion, his Poseidon to oceans. Legend's calm in appearance, doesn't want interference. When in front of the mirrors, he's surprisingly nearest. Legend's a myth, an enigma. Legend is real to the dreamers. Legend is healer to sick ones. Legend is speaks as a leader. Legend is contemplated, complicated, complex statements. Legend is not debated, but is hated by the jaded. Legend is underrated, but is by far the greatest. Legend was not created, God invaded, life sedated. Legend only speaks when is spoken to, thinks as an oracle. When he's deep in his thoughts he muse. Legend understands his chakras and calmly chants his mantras. Some they say he's Aqua, and others named him Sun God. Legend has it razor piercing through his body. Yes, he seems Illuminati, yet is really truly godly. Trapped within a trance, yes, and when he's in his space, you can sense it in his face that there's a legend in his place. Yes, Legend's cool with the new school. Handsome tools to be fruitful. Name him Muse, well it's too soon. They vow and say he's not done. Often reject his rundown. They want the Legend's album, and after that they'll bow out. Legend has it that the art is a primal instinct. He doesn't write but thinks it. A product of the phoenix, the firebird's pride in bottomless flight. And from the ashes of its last feathers is how he was born. The elders found him as a babe in the eye of a storm. They held him close to their chest and raised him as one of their own. They gave him a purpose. His purpose was his not to conform. So every word he says is to discern the right from the wrongs. And every breath he takes is to preserve the goddess unknown. In every realm he walks, he creates a philosopher's home. Now Legend has to make a choice that defines him alone, whether to die for or to die on the throne. The Legend. Thank you. My name is Clipper Intellectual, featuring Amazoti. Featuring You Will Not Tell My Story for Me. Thank you very much.
So, Kipo, tell us about today's performance.
So tonight I was performing a medley of verse and poetry, which is basically ngilumbanise the hip hop aspect of me and the poetry aspect. Because ngizama ukuthi le brand realize ukuthi hybrid of the two things, kunga separate kwendiwe nje ukuthi kuconsolidate emehlweni ebandfu. So that's what I was doing. So I did about 2 verses from a song and then 3 poetry pieces. Ngakwenda kwaba ngazi ukuthi yinvo yinye nje. So the concept of the first Fridays is amazing, because what it's done is that initially myself and Courtesy, I think the silent writer was there as well, and Ndobi, Black Rhino, we were a part of a training program / workshop / exchange program between Swazi poets and American poets around August. And you know, we exchanged a lot of skills, because usually it's thought that people who come from overseas know more. Not really. They learn so much as well when they come here. So we were exchanging all those ideas, and then they went away. So then we thought to continue it here at Eswatini. Not that by a figure long ago na school, while we are uve, even probably in high school, we see kuke kweta bantu banfundzisa about this and this, but nabahamba kufe, kube dead in the water. So that's when we came up, and I must say, ube lihlahlandlela layo Courtesy, le kuthi nasebahambile laba asichubeke kwasanathi ngalana ekhaya, and empower the other poets labakhona who didn't get the chance to be present in that training. So the first Fridays is a consistent show le yohlale yendeka nje every first Friday of each month. Poetry and soul.
Elokuqala, elokubonga to all the mothers who nurtured the fusion of an egg until an egg became an infant. All the mothers who are a tower of impact with great intent of warm hands. She changes indlu ibe likhaya, tonke tinkinga uti ngoba ngelikwaya. And this is a poem for umama. Now this is a poem for umama, not just any mama, but the kind of mother lo shinja igrosa ibe kudla ngisho yena kanye umshini lo ishinjayo, for she prepares food for her family, despises Hennessy, and never roams the streets. Instead, early kusenombonombo she rises up to clean and sweep. Ngalana athulisa ingani nguye lo futhumalisa likhaya mngani. And today we celebrate her kind, noma kanjani. See, today we celebrate the kind of mother who, even without a man, the might of her works might work as if she is the man. Not just any man, but the kind of man in women, the kind of male in female, for she is the Mr. in Mrs., mistress, Your love even I cannot express. Duduzi ultanvo and a painkiller to every distress with sticks and stones. She builds a future for her children, the kind of mother-law, badala skolo naga hola a salary of just selling fruits and verges. You are on the verge of being entertained and stained by this poem. To her, this poem is more like a badge of hard work. For her tears will never kiss the ground. Every voice she utters is branded with light. Noma bangacisha logesi, she is rooted on solid ground. Agakweshi elokuza nene, for this is a poem, but not just any poem. A poem for umama, and like Simpiwe the bard once said, ungumuntu, buntu bakiwa ngumuntu, sinfu sithi lunfu, mina ngithi, let us love and respect our women. A wise man once said, the rays of an African sunshine are like a pair of scissors. A pair of scissors cutting the blanket of dawn from the sky. And I said, the sky looks very high, yet seems very nigh when I look with an eye that will scrutinize and identify the fine distance between the sky and the landscape. The African landscape. See, the African landscape, it possesses caves used as a harbor for warriors during the ancient landscape. And before these memories wax off tears from my lacrimal, and before the eye land on African soil, I land my African soul into the beauty and gape African spirit. I land my medulla into the gay beauty of Africa, where I escape to behold the bold sanctuary of a Mlilwane wildlife, denoting life to every African child. Every African child that, when adorned by the native regalia, looks immortal, with bare feet like iron feet, accessorized by the crystal dew gleaming, like Ngwenya glass stemware carved into unthinkable shapes, shapes that contemplate the sculptured gardens. Even waterfalls cannot stop, but keep on falling for the beauty of Africa. Hence I proclaim and claim the status of being a true African. I am a true African without discriminating any clan. Imifula yendlula ngekuthula kujula ngemculo nesibhaca lucapho lolungayubhaca ku leti ntshabantsaba leti cukethe tinzabanzaba leti buyisela ludvumo kumvele nkhandi kusukela nkhandi. Inhlonipho yayikadze ibandi isihlanganisa kuhle kwenhlandi nemandi kuthandi. Bogogo mkhulu basishiyane nseya lenkhulu kakhulu, bathi shiyane ndilinga kodwa hayi umculo. Nyalo etulo ngibona si bhakabhaka si bhaka tinkhanyeti ti khali nyendi le maphupho elunyenti laletha kukhanya Eswatini wena ke awati ini. For even though I am mesmerized and in awe, it is obvious that I know and have been told, counting stars as they pass is an omen to all men, a simple conversion of turning your bed into a maguka dam. However, I'm certain that it is an astronomical omen to all men if all men act as though they do not know that it is no asterisk to lose sight of this constellation tantamount to Swazi candles lit aglow. They know that as Africans we calculate events by the moon that circulate. Now how dare you call African time being late? For our wrists are not shackled by the hands of time. So how do you expect us to keep time? We have our own time. And this is time for Africa. This is time for Africa. God bless Africa. God bless the sons and daughters in Mozambique. God bless the sons and daughters in Africa.
So I heard you recite a poem about celebrate a woman nje. Yini leya kwendo sukumele tulu nje ukuthi yathi asengibhale about a woman, like really you are a man and you decided to go for a woman.
That's a very good question, I should say, and thank you for that question once again. Basically, I would say if akasugumimini, if agukasugumini bekdasukmabani.
Oh yeah.
If akasugumini bekdasukmabani. So ngizama kukhokha this mentality ukuthi in order to speak for a lady like yourself, You should be a lady. No, there's nothing like that. That's
Oh,
not the
that's
world
good.
order. Yabo. You don't have to be, because even if you are male, even if you're young, even if you're old, you can relate to whatever a woman is going through. The thing that I'm trying to, or maybe the point that I'm trying to drive home is whether you are female or male, we are all human beings,
Yeah.
irregardless of the race, irregardless of the gender. So basically, mina kukhuluma ngama females, I'm a feminist. I don't have to be female to be a feminist. So, like I said, I'm an instrumental, I'm a vessel transmitting every social ill, every political ill, matters of faith, and whatever subject matter that could ever be. I'm trying to cover all that.
So how can you say about today's performance in jail?
All right. I'm taking a long pause because I'm trying to forget about my performance. It was not about me. Well, it was not about me, but answering that question, I would say, poets are coming out there. Poets are actually coming up, and they are further improving the fact that poetry is not sad, poetry is not sentimental, because you might have had misconceptions because poetry is this and that. Basically, poetry is just life projected in an artistic way.
Yeah.
Whether it is music, whether it is dance. Dance is poetry with arms and legs. So basically, I would say performance in Amutla, the mic was on fire, the performance was on fire, the performers were on fire, the wordsmiths, Mokets, people intellectual, courtesy, TMS, to mention just a few. Yeah, the performance is there because Nangisi, the performances were amazing. I'm not judging Ngaloguti, the people did a certain gesture. I'm judging, or rather drawing it from, or rather basing it ngekubuka what was the message behind. Because
Yeah.
you can bring whatever tricks, you can bring whatever props on stage, but if the message is not clear enough, yeah, but would say it'll be just a waste of time. But the poets here, they really speak life into our life.
Thank you so much for
It's-
your time.
It's a pleasure.
And keep on reciting more and writing more and more.
About females.
Yeah.
All right, I should balance the scale though. Otherwise, thank you. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I didn't mean to live life like this. I'm not like this, nor do I like this, but my predicament is like this. When guns kill people, sons breed people, pens misspell words. But Miss Kelly Rowland had a firstborn baby whilst I'm a firstborn story. Well, guns kill people, sons breed people, pens misspell words. Schools sharpens minds, exposes minds, pollutes minds, shapes minds, scoons from people. But I didn't mean to live life like this. I'm not like this, nor do I like this, but my predicament is like this. I let him in, not knowing the shameful path he'd walked in. So he and his demons I let in. Once, twice, thrice he was out. In was another biggest, fattest wallet before my table, an offer I could not reject. My heart failed to reflect. My heart became subject to effect. My eyes failed to detect and project the fact. This one too could never be. But God, I didn't mean to live life like this. I'm not like this, nor do I like this, but my predicament is like this. I didn't mean to live life like this. I'm not like, nor do I like this, but my predicament is like this, like this. See, I make history. Sounds like a mystery in the present. I could ask for a present after this. Let's get back to it. What do I do for a living? I make history. Sounds like a mystery in the present. Well, then may I have a present after this? Yes. Sometimes I make people laugh, but I'm not a comedian. You do know this is a Nickelodeon, right? It's Swaziland. We do not have cartoon networks whatsoever. Let's get back to it. I make hands clap, fingers snap, humor marvel, hearts appreciate, souls love, have their first sample of feast. I don't know why, to the sky. I make people fall in love with me, yandering the corridors of wordplay, find awesomeness and healing in crippling the words we use in our daily conversations to drugs for our crippled souls. I make people fall in love with me, yandering the corridors of wordplay, find awesomeness and healing in crippling the words we use in our daily conversations to drugs for our crippled souls. Then after that, they'll add to that, they like the short poet. And this is what I do for a living, the stage. Off to my hiding hole, asking the Holy Spirit to make me whole again, because for the whole time out I've been hiding behind this mask called smile, plastered in all those pots of pain called makeup, and back up and down, sniffing tears back at my experiences they were snapping at my real life. What an exposure. At least I'll find closure in the fact that they don't know. They just hear the words delivered by a steady posture. Ask me what I do for a living. If you ask me, I make history in my own life. I hope I'm not a mystery in my own life. I'm a poet, P-O-E-T, person of extraordinary thinking, pouring out and close tragedies, tears. Put your tea in it. Thank you.
Did you choose your life to be like this? Really, did you choose your life to be like this?
It's the life we chose. It's the life we chose. The poem says, I didn't mean to live life like this. So meaning to live life in a way and choosing it are two different things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, ungathini performance yakho namuhla?
It was amazing. It's amazing being back on stage. This is the second performance that I've done in the year 2019, ever since I've been off for almost 3 years. So it's amazing. The crowd is amazing. People love poetry and we appreciate them, and I can see you are growing. Yeah.
So, ungathini na ngumuntu, especially females, lo fisa kwendi poetry, but then yesaba maybe we were like, hey, poetry is for men.
Poetry is the soul. You do not choose to be a poet. You are born a poet, and you do not study to be a poet, because it is a conviction, it's passion, it's a talent, it's your assignment on earth. It is to speak, mix words, and heal people's souls or ruin them, however way you choose to use your words.
Kungako mbukeli lebes kuphathele kona ku First Friday of Poetry and Soul Session. Njengoba wathi mbukeli kwakuthi sengiso sikhathi sema-Easter, mina aneke ngize ngikushiye wefana, kepha ngidakushiya naye ecela impilo khanyile lotakuhayela yona phela inkondlo lehambisana nawo lo msebenzi lomkhulu kangaka.
Sekuphelele angagebisi inhloko wathi sekuphelele. Lenzaba ayipheleli ke lapha. Lesi nje siphetho sicalo. Angati ke nekuthi ngicalephi. Angati nekuthi ngithini. Kepha luthando lwachuba indvodzana yayawulenga emthini. Lenzaba ayisiyo lemnanzi. Kepha ngitawuzama kulandzisa. Ngeluhlazo bamthela. Bamdumela bamthelekela. Bambethela. Sandla ngesandla kwasinywa ngemandla. Ihamela icwilisa tipikili ngemandla. Tinyawo tabhanca ngesipikili kwashaywa. Buhlungu lobuhlula buhlakaye inhlitiyo. Tihlwele tihlokoma tichotshotela babulali. Vele bebangananhlitiyo neluvelo. Bamhlifita ngemchele wemanyeva enhloko. Tihlwele tihlokoma. Bafunzi bashweleta. Ingati igeleta. Siphambano saphakama esicongweni sendzaba. Kuletimbili tigelekece walenga emkhatsini. Luthando lwachuba indvodzana yayawulenga emthini. Lenzaba ilukhuni kepha asengubute ngichubeke. Bamchuba ngelichuku bamkhahlela bamkhahlabeta. Bamwadla ngetimphama bamngcimula ngetibhakela. Bamkhafulela lobekahlobile. bamganza bamganzaya bamgagabula indlela yonke sakhubatela sadzayitela sayenzetela sahehetela sakhathele indlela ilulisisile emandla saphelisisile ecebeni lugodvo lusimisisile nemtimba bawushayisisile nebantfu bamhlekisisile watihudvula acanca umcansa losicako kuyawumukela kufa kwakhe wanyukela etulu kufa lokwaba imphilo leyasikhokha ehlatsini lutsandvo lwaqhuba indvodzana yayawulenga emtsini kulukhuni ke bazalwane kulukhuni kepha ngitawuzama nje kucatulula Pilato wafisa ke kakhulu kumkhulula bala baphiphita bacolela kukhulula umbulali inkhosi yagwetshwa intsambo ingenasici ingenacala baqala bambambabula ngesihluku nangesibhuku wahlejulwa wadzaywa emanceba ngensilane sipakatane sigebhula nje sihlephula sikhumba bamgwaza ingati nemanti kwageleta ehlangothini lutsandvo lwaqhuba indvodzana yayawulenga emtsini wancuma ke kuya entsabeni yemincumo atsi phela naye unababe uyawuncuza waguca wathandaza wathi babe uma utsandza susa kimi lendzebe yelusisi noko kungabi intsandvo yami kodvwa akwenteke intsandvo yakho kulukhuni ke bazalwane kulukhuni kuguca ucele kubabe lokungaceleki kujuluka titfukutfuku tengati ngenca yelusizi na Judasi angewakhe lucobo wamtsengisa etitseni lutsandvo lwaqhuba indvodzana yayawulenga emtsini lendzaba ishwacisa lugogo kepha ngendvumiso sishaye magogogo dutekani ke ningadvumali dvumisani ke besithi sitha sitawusephula kantsi sesephulwa emhlatsini yekukhatsateka kufa kwabulawa kuphila kwaphiliswa bumnyama banyamalala budlova baphangalala buchomoketi bashabalala indlela iyabonakala kukhanya kwandlondlobala kutehlisa nekutitfoba kumkhonda nekumdvumisa kuye lutsandvo luyatfolakala etinyaweni takhe nawungahlala bengitsi ngicela imphilo nje yena wangipha emalanga lamadze phakadze naphakadze angisatsembeli emtsini nje kungenca yendvodza leyalenga emtsini ligama layo siyalati sonke futsi namanje singalisho sonke ligama layo ngu Jesu